Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Hope you're doing well. So, we've been hearing a lot of rumbling about, finally Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 is, they're talking about it. They had to stop talking because of the writer's strike. But, they are working on Spider-Man 4. And we heard back when Spider-Man No Way Home came out that this was going to be a new trilogy, Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6. And it was going to probably deal with his college years. And after seeing the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it got me thinking. Now I'm going to warn you up front, there are going to be some spoilers from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So if you haven't seen it, if you don't want to know anything, don't watch this video yet. If you don't care, fine. Or if you've seen the movie, then you have nothing to worry about. But there are going to be some spoilers. And we see a live-action actor, live human being, show up in Across the Spider-Verse. And this actor we have seen in a previous live-action Spider-Man movie, in Spider-Man Homecoming, and that is Donald Glover. We saw Donald Glover in Spider-Man Homecoming when he was one of the henchmen working for the Vulture. And Tom Holland ran into him then they met in the parking garage, and that's when Donald Glover said, I'm Aaron. I have a nephew named Miles. Obviously that got people thinking, are they going to bring in Miles Morales? Obviously that hasn't happened yet in the live-action universe. But we also had Amy Pascal recently talking about, we are working on a Miles Morales live-action movie. Now, I have a breakdown of my own idea of what this new Spider-Man trilogy could be, and how it could bring in Miles Morales. And here we go. Like I said, in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, we see Donald Glover show up once again as Uncle Aaron, but this time in the Prowler outfit. And it got me thinking, and this is Donald Glover's Uncle Aaron from the same Uncle Aaron from Spider-Man Homecoming, but years later. And even though in that movie he was working for the Vulture, what if now he's working in New York with Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio? We haven't seen Kingpin in any Spider-Man movie yet. That would be interesting. And what if, in Spider-Man 4, now that Spider-Man is on his own, like we saw at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker is on his own, he's living alone, nobody knows who he is, there's no more Aunt May, there's no MJ, no Ned, he's finally on his own, like Peter Parker should be, in his own apartment. Ta-da. And what if one of the main villains of Spider-Man 4 ends up being the Prowler? And let's say they also bring in Scorpion, who was also teased in Spider-Man Homecoming, and both of them work for Kingpin. See where I'm going with this? So, since we've already introduced Donald Glover in Homecoming, and then we see him again Across the Spider-Verse, there has to be a game plan for bringing him into a Spider-Man film as the Prowler. And even in Spider-Man No Way Home, when Jamie Foxx is talking to Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield takes off his mask, Jamie Foxx said, I thought you were black. There's got to be a black Spider-Man around here somewhere. And once again, that's in the Tom Holland universe that he's saying that. So, Miles Morales is out there. So getting back to my point, if Spider-Man 4 deals with the Prowler and Scorpion, and by the end of the movie, let's say, the Prowler comes to his thoughts. Maybe Spider-Man talks him out of going down the dark path. But it's too late. Kingpin ends up having Scorpion kill the Prowler. Or Kingpin kills the Prowler, Uncle Aaron. And guess what happens now? We go to the funeral of Uncle Aaron, and that's where Tom Holland's Peter Parker meets little Miles Morales. And that right there will set up that introduction by the end of Spider-Man 4. Unlike in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1, at the funeral for, Norman Osborn, and you hear, Harry, one day on my father's grave, I swear I'll make Spider-Man pay. So instead of fracturing a relationship, now in this scene, in Tom Holland's funeral scene, he ends up mending a friendship with Miles Morales. Spider-Man 5, where now it's a couple years later, maybe Tom Holland's a junior or senior in college, maybe he has a girlfriend now, maybe it's Gwen Stacy, maybe Betty Brant. We know Anne Laurie Rice has been playing Betty Brant in Homecoming, Far From Home, and in No Way Home. Maybe now they work for the Daily Bugle with J. Jonah Jameson, and they start building a relationship because, once again, nobody knows who Peter Parker is. Like Spider-Man, nobody knows him. So, you can have now the Betty Brant Peter Parker relationship, which I think would be better than them going back to MJ. And then during this time, you can see Peter Parker kind of mentoring Miles Morales a little bit, start learning things, the Master and the Apprentice, and start working them into the movie more and more. Spider-Man 5 could be, the Tony Stark Peter Parker relationship that we got like in Civil War and Homecoming and Infinity War. Now it can be the Peter Parker Miles Morales relationship. Like Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso. Paint the fence. Paint the fence. What, son? That's off. Flick the wrist. Flick the wrist. Flick the wrist. Not like that. No, not like that. Flick the wrist. Okay, Miles? Flick the wrist. It's all in the wrist. All in the wrist. And that can be Spider-Man 5. So that way, by Spider-Man 6, the third film in this new trilogy, that's where you can kind of let Peter Parker become the Tony Stark, like Robert Downey Jr. was in Homecoming, where he's in the movie, but he's not the main focus. It's still a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, but you start to see him slowly fade out, So that way Miles Morales starts to finally become his own person. That by the end of Spider-Man 6, maybe Peter Parker dies, like in the comics, and that way that will set up a Miles Morales own spin-off solo movie. So those are my ideas for a Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6, and how you can introduce Miles Morales and have Peter Parker bring back Donald Glover as Uncle Aaron, the Prowler, and set up kind of like the passing of the torch in a more organic way than just, we're making a Miles Morales movie. Okay, first, introduce Spider-Gwen. Bring in Gwen Stacy. And have Miles and Gwen start hooking up. That would be fun. I mean, that would be a great trilogy if you do it right. The college years, bring in some new villains like the Prowler, bring in the Scorpion we haven't seen yet, maybe bring in like Rhino, or maybe, maybe you bring in Venom, the symbiote, attaches to Peter, and he starts going bad, and Miles has to bring him back to the good side. I don't know. Tom Holland is 27 years old now. He just turned 27 a couple weeks ago. Now, even if this next Spider-Man movie comes out in 2025, because of the writer's strike, or the end of 2024, he'll be closer to now 29 years old by the time we get another Spider-Man movie. He'll be almost where, he'll be up there where Tobey Maguire is in his first movie. But you gotta think, then by number 6, he could be already into the mid-30s by Spider-Man 6. He'll have played the role then probably over 10, 12 years. He would probably be like, okay, after Spider-Man 6, I'm done. Bring in Miles Morales. And that'd be a good, trilogy on how to introduce Miles Morales into the live-action universe, Tom Holland universe. Let me know in the comments below. Matt the Bounty.